I'm Dan Galusha and welcome to another edition of Shootin' Plink. Today we have one of the guns that we've talked about in the past and we reviewed it, and we're not going to be reviewing it this time. This is a SCCY CPX1 and it's the Gen 2. Now the Gen 2 is no longer going to be available. In fact, the Gen 3 will have quad lock, which I'm not even going to go into because this gun doesn't have it. What we are going to talk about is a problem that you may have run into with these, and hopefully we've got it solved, and I'll be telling you a little bit more about it, and I'll show you why I think we may have. I've already loaded one of the magazines. That gives you a hint right there. Magazine problems. That's a problem with a lot of guns. Or the magazines. The guns themselves might be great, but if you got a magazine that just don't want to ramp around in, you're not going to make it. So this thing, and I'll show you here, I'll lock it open. I don't know if you can see this or not. I hope so. Right up in here, you can see the, you probably can't, but the ramp's right in there, and you know what the ramps are to go on into. Well, what was happening was that the rounds were going directly into that. I couldn't even get the first one to cycle in. I had put it in and it just wouldn't do it. And I'll show you here. I've got one of the new magazines and I've got another one that I even dated it. It was new in December of 21. And right here, and I hope that I can show you this. Take a look at this. See this little spot right here? See that there? Look how low that is there. Look how high it is here. Now, and every one of the new ones is up higher like this. This is an older one. Again, this is the one we got back in 21. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to load 3 different types of ammo. We're going to take it over here to the ravine range and we're going to fire it. I've got 3 new magazines. And I'm going to load some Wolf, Remington, and Winchester and see how it cycles through and see if we have solved the problem. So let me load up and we'll go shoot. I'm going to get my Howard Light ear protection on here first. And what we're going to do is we're going to start out with the Wolf and see how that works. And you see the gong there. We got that about 10 yards away. So we'll put our first round in. A little bit of a problem. Let's hope that don't stay. And then we'll take the safety off and we'll see if we can get these rounds through. Okay, they all were fired. That one that missed, I was aiming low, way low. I can't believe that. But I did. So now we will go with the Remington. I didn't like that. Okay, got a round in on a Remington. Okay, all 10 rounds fired on the Remington. Again, I missed that one. I missed high. Can't believe that. Well, basically, I'm just trying to check this thing out anyway. Okay, now here's Winchester. Let's see what it does. Ah, got a jam. Got a jam. That was with the Winchester. There we go. Got it out. I don't know what happened there, to tell you the truth. I fired another one high, and that was because I thought there was a jam. That's the one thing I've found with this pistol. It has got such a long trigger pull that you think you got a problem. Now here we go with 10 rounds of Winchester. Take the safety off. We got a jam. Now I think that's Winchester. And why? I'll tell you here in a bit. But first we gotta get this out of here. I'm not sure where I missed on that one, but definitely missed. Can't believe that. Anyway, it's cycled except that we had a jam. Okay, instead of blending a Winchester, I was going to try this magazine again, but with the Remington. But I want you to hear this. What that is, that's the rounds of ammunition. They're not stacked in there right. This is what I've had with a lot of the magazines that have been having the problem. And if they rattle like that, take them and hit them, it's still not doing it. There is a problem here, and that might be it. It may be this magazine, it may be a bad one. You can hear it. Those are loose rounds, and they're stacked in there. This is what I don't like about double stack magazines. I'd rather have a single stack. Even if you have, it's like a friend of mine said, even if you have to sacrifice a couple of rounds to have a single stack, you're better off sacrificing that and having one that cycles rather than having one that doesn't. So see what I can do with this. Okay, I hand loaded this thing. Normally I use my Maglula that you have, the Uplula type thing, and that doesn't seem like it wants to work as well with these. So I hand loaded it up until the last round, and then I use that because there's just no way you're going to get that 10th round in. It is not rattling now. So now we've loaded it that way, and the problem was about 5 rounds down into it. Once I hit that one, in fact there was one point when you're using the unloader thing, it's on there, there was 2 rounds just flew out together. And that may be about the spot when we had the problems before. So we'll see what happens with this Remington now. I don't have any more Winchester. I'd put some in one of those other magazines. But we're going to try this with the Remington on this and see how she shoots with this magazine. The Howard Light ear protection on again. Okay, see how she works. Well, I guess it don't work if you don't have a round in, does it? But I'd already racked it in. We got a jam. I do think it's this magazine. So we've got what? In fact, that one was different than the other one. That was the final round. It did not go in good. So I got a feeling there's a problem here with this particular magazine. I don't know if you can see this or not, but I can look and know which magazine I was having problems with. And these are 2 new magazines. The way I'm looking at it, you know that little spot that I showed you that stuck, that was in the bad one, that stuck lower than what these did? Okay. I'm going to try to show you again. And hopefully you can see this. Right over here. See this little spot right here? know if you can or not. And then over here, you got this little spot, and it's sticking up just a little bit further. This one right here is a little bit further up than this one. This is the bad magazine. So I may have 2 good magazines out of the 3 that SCCY sent me. They have definitely been having a magazine problem. So if you're having any problems with this, I got a feeling that there's your problem right there. I'm going to put this good one over here by the other one, and the bad one over by the round that it, because the other round just jammed. Actually, well, I'll show you. On the gun, I'm going to lock this open. Okay. And I don't know if you can see this or not. But the round this time didn't jam onto the ramp. It actually jammed kind of catty corner of the ramp and inward. It just did not go on the way in. Now, if I had slammed the back of it and went ahead and pushed it, maybe it would have gone in. But I don't like doing that. Yeah, on the AR style rifles, you do have that push that you can push another round in, but that's a different sort of a thing. That's an entirely different setup than these. And put the safety on. Another thing I've noticed too is the safety is coming off as I'm racking around in. And I don't know if I'm bumping it or what it is, but and then others it didn't do that. But we definitely have a magazine problem here, I think. As you can see, I tried 3 different types of ammunition. We had problems with our one magazine with 2 types of ammunition. I did not try to wolf. We're not even going to worry with that because I redo after showing you that little spot, because that's what I was looking at on the other bad magazines. It was the same sort of a thing, and that's the one I had a problem with. So I'm going to keep those separate, and I've got, from what I can tell, 2 good magazines at the moment. And I'll tell you that now this sounds weird because I really am a fan of the Maglula, that up Lula, and that works so great, especially on the single, not the double stack. But the double stack I've done okay with the Rugers and had no problem. But for some reason with these, that thing's weird. But then again, this ammo is not loading the same in there, because you could hear it rattle. You know what it's like, and that's been the problem that I'm running into with these magazines. I'm really anxious to try that new SCCY that I'll be getting at some point. Again, I'm not going to go into it a lot due to the fact that I don't know what I'm getting. So go ahead and subscribe down here. I think there's a little photo of me and Pepper together out here at Cedar Oaks, and just click on that and subscribe, and you'll be seeing this video with this new SCCY sometime in the future. I don't know, I've got a lot of other guns too that we're going to be talking about in the future, but you know, this is a good size gun. It does have a lot of recoil to it. And I don't want to go back into the review that we did before. Brandon Rogel, I thought this was a really good gun. He liked it. He said it's a good backup, and he is in law enforcement, and he thought it made a good backup. But what I don't like, and well, I can't do it without a magazine. And hang on, because you could tell what I was doing. Okay, here we go. The trigger pull on this, it's hard, but there's where you have to go, all the way to the back. The reset is clear up here. That right there was my hang up on this gun. It didn't seem to bother Brandon that much, but it sure did me. And that was a problem that I was having with, I think, where I missed those rounds on that target, because normally I don't do that, but I have had that problem with this. I just don't know. But again, I'm going to make sure I put this back where my good one's at. I'll put that right there on the log. So anyway, that's what we did. We tried these magazines out. 2 out of the 3 were good. The other one that was having problems, I having the same, well, I shouldn't say the same problems as the others, because the others just wouldn't even ramp around in. But at least these did, the two that were good, did okay, and the one, it just had problems with jamming, that's all there was to it. So we did some shooting with it. So until next time, shoot safe and have a great day at Plinking.